97, 97. We have, I think, 113 kot, 113, So, mana yang lain, atau maybe ada yang share device with your friend kot. And as usual, don't forget to register your attendance in your feature. Okay, so this is very important. Please register your attendance first in your feature. So hopefully everyone have for those who have not registered this subject, hopefully you have registered. You have registered this subject. Okay. So today we'll look at into chapter 2, part 2. So this is the continuation from the previous lecture session. So the title, algorithmic problem solving. Okay. Okay, the learning outcome, practice makes perfect. So there is no shortcut in order to master the programming skill. Programming skill. So usually the knowledge can divide by two, the knowledge which theory part. The second one is the practical part, you can master the theory part by reading only. You can master the theory part by reading only. But to acquire the skill of programming, you need to do it. Kena buat. There is no. If you just read, you cannot acquire the skill of programming. So you need to do both. First, you need to know theory, and then you can do practical. Some student, he or she do the practical part first, then the student reverse back and learn the theory. Ada juga macam tu. It's up to you lah. You can be both. Fikri dislike theory. You can go either way lah. Start from theory first and do practical, or you do first. From that you can obtain the concept of theory again. It's up to you. Because the student is different, people is different. So the way student learn is different also as well. Okay, it's up to you lah. As long as you can score A, tu je lah kan. You can score A. So the goal is achieve. Hopefully lah kan, semua dapat. Alright. Okay, next. Okay, okay, example 1. So look at on this case study. So this is the question that will be given to you during test 1, test 2, and then the final exam. So you will be given the K-bar like question, K-bar. So this is very synonym term, I think. K-bar during your secondary school kan. So you will be given the question like this, and then you need to extract. Okay, the keyword, and then you need to apply the concept of PDLC tu, PDLC programming development life cycle. So we have 5 steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Okay, and then that's it. Okay, first what you need to do, you need to understand the case study first. So an employee of a parking garage is paid by the number of hours that he or she work per day. The employee will be paid. You need to underline the main info here, 7 ringgit 50 cents per hour for the first 8 hours. And 11 ringgit 25 cents per hour for the remaining hours. Okay. So write a program that will calculate and print the salary of an employee per day. Okay, a user will enter the numbers of hours that employee has worked for the day, and the system will then print out the total salary of the employee. Okay, so this is your task lah kan, Okay. So PDLC, programming development life cycle. So what you need to do first is step 1. Step 1, you need to identify what is the input, process, and the output. So the input will be the numbers of hours work. Okay. And then this is the extra information, which is based on common sense. Common sense, yeah. Logical thinking kan. Number of hours work must be a positive number lah kan. So this common sense that is not stated in the question, but we can think logically kan. And then must not exceed 24 hours kan. Per day, of course, 24 hours kan. So we should already know the indirect information, maklumat yang not directly from the question, and the info that not directly from the question. And then number 2, the process, and the total salary of an employee per day is calculated. Okay, right, 7 ringgit per hour for the first 8 hours, and the remaining hours calculated 11 ringgit 25 cent per hours. And then the output, total salary. Okay, and then the extra information that you need to know, salary of parking garage employee must be a positive number as well. So again, this is the common sense, right? Okay, it is good if you can understand what is the goal, what is the objective of this question, sometimes you already capture what is the input, process, and output, but you don't know what you want to do actually. First, you need to know the goal and the objective to calculate and print the total salary of the employee at parking garage. Okay. So far so good, guys. Step 1. You still remember PDLC? Okay. Right, very good. Okay, you also can construct the table, can construct the table like this. Let's say the input should be hours, hours, and then the calculation, and then the salary. Okay. Okay, let's say the hour is 1. What happened? The employee will pay 7 ringgit kan, multiply by 1, is it? And then the salary would be is it 7 ringgit 50 cents? And then let's say 8. Is it 16? 60 ringgit per day? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me, guys? And then the remaining hours, 11 ringgit. What happened when 9 hours? So we need to deduct first kan 11 ringgit 25 multiply with 9. Is it correct? Okay, never mind. We proceed with the next step, step 2. Okay, step 2, you need to design the algorithm kan. So in order to design algorithm using pseudocode and flowchart. So let's say we do the pseudocode first. Start and so read the numbers of our work. So this is the input, right? Input. If number work less than 0 or number works greater than 24, okay, print invalid input. So this is the checking process. We do the checking first for the input. Checking of input. Calculate the total salary if number of works out if the number of our work less than equal to 8. So this is the formula. So number of our works 1, 2, 3, 8 kan 1 to 8 kan less than and equal kan multiply with 7 ringgit 50 cent. Otherwise mean greater than 8 start from 9 kan 9 and above and 9 10 and above total salary equal to we need to multiply with the first 8 hours kan 8 multiply 7 ringgit 50 cent plus so let's say in the previous table tadi kan, so 9 deduct with 8 lah and then multiply with 11 ringgit 25 sen. Then we need to total up total salary meaning that we will call this variable kan so either one lang kan either one lah that fulfill the selection concept if. Okay, so this is pseudocode and then so this is the flowchart. Start and okay, set hours work, total pay, total salary as double. So this is what we call as a declaration of variable kan so we have hours work, total pay, total salary, so 3 variables and read. So this is the input, right? Input. Okay, you need to pay the attention to the shape of the this flowchart. Okay, so this is the for process and shape. So this is the input and output. We can use this kind of shape for input and output. So this one for output and similar. So read numbers of hours work. Okay, and then so this is the variable hours work. If hours work less than 0 or greater than 24, less than 0 meaning that negative lah, right? Greater than 24, more than 1 day lah. So if true, if yes, we can choose either true or yes. Can be accepted lah. Some student may use yes or true, can be accepted. So this one no or false. If yes, invalid hours and then exit. If no, yeah.
Is it compulsory to set hours work and something as double or integer in flowchart and pseudocode?
In pseudocode,
In pseudocode and flowchart, is it compulsory to set the hour work as
Okay.
integer or double? Because during matrix, kita orang tak diwajibkan set dalam pseudocode and also flowchart.
If you set it, so it is easy lah. If you want to transform to the step 3 again, meaning that you already know the variable and the data type. So if you not set it during pseudocode and flowchart, when you transform to the step 3, step 3 is coding in, then you need to think how many variable that you need to put in, and then what is data type should be, kan? So I think it is better if you can set it during the pseudocode and flowchart. If you look at on this pseudocode is different kan with the flowchart kan. So the flowchart is more detailed. Pseudocode is very general still. Still general words kan. Read the numbers of hours work. So actually this is would be the variable kan, hours work. So I think it is better if you can put during the design of the algorithm, so that it is easy when you transform to the step 3 coding. So meaning that you already know how many variable that you want to use, and then what is data type. Is it integer, double, apa lagi, boolean, etc. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, and then and then if the hours work is false, then we check again. Is it less than 8? So in this flowchart we have we need to check 2 times. The first one is it the first one we need to checking the input, right? So checking the input is one, the first if. This one the second if, and the first if, second if. So the first if we checking the input, so this one, and then this one number 2. Okay, next number 2, we need to check, is it less than 8 and less than or equal, less than or equal or 8? If true or yes, so this is the formula process. Otherwise, this is the formula, and then print total salary. So I think it is easy as ABC, right? Is it okay? If okay, give me love ration. All right. Okay, Ramai. I think majority of you have mastered the pseudocode and flowchart, so it's very good. Next, step 3. All right. Alamak. So this is the and show. I think this is the old version of Week 2. Sorry, week 3. I think I've updated the new one. Never mind. Okay, look at on the step 3. So this is how we transform to the I think you have the new slide lah kot, but my PowerPoint slide, your PDF, I think the updated one, so my PowerPoint slide is the old version of slide. Okay, all right. So in this case, how many variable we have? Hours work, total salary. Hours work, total salary. So there is no total pay. See, okay. Okay, you can remove this one lah, total pay. So there is no total pay, only total salary. So this one you need to correct as a total salary. So this one was as total salary. There is no total pay variable. Okay, two variable, hours work and total salary, and then we prompt the user, please enter the numbers of our work, and then see in to this variable. Okay, and we will start the value inside this variable, and then we do the checking of input if hours work less than 0 or hours work greater than or equal to 24. Numbers of hours that you entered is invalid. Else if, okay, so sorry, not else, is it else? Then we have another if, so this one we check if it is less than or equal to 8. Okay, and then this is the formula. Else, this is the formula, and then the last one. So the old version we need to use system pause, and the latest version no need to use system pause. So usually we use return and 0 semicolon. Right. I think your PDF file would be the updated one. Okay, so this is step 3. So once you have complete the code, what into loop, compile and see the output. Okay, you also can put it like this by using table. It is the combination of step 1 and step 4. So this is the goal. So this is step 1. Okay. Oh, sorry. This is the step 1. Program goal, input, output process. And error handling. Error handling. Okay, so this step 1, and then step 4, testing. We can select the value. Let's say the input is 8, and then the output should be 60. If the input is 3, the output should be 22.5. If the input is 12, the output should be 105. If the input is -6, so the error message will be displayed. You can calculate manually first. First, you need to calculate manually the numbers and what is the output. Then you can execute or run your application and input the numbers. Is it similar with the manual calculation? Let's say you input is 8, so the salary for 8 hours is 60. Tulangan, let's say 3, 22.5. Let's say 12, 0.15. Let's say -6, invalid. So similar with this manual calculation. So then you can verify the manual calculation is similar with the automatic calculation that you develop by using C++. So meaning that your application is correct. Your program or your code is correct. Okay, and then step 5, you can do with the documentation if you want. So usually we stop at step 4. That's it. Once all the calculation is correct, and then we obtain the correct output, that's it. All right, next example 2, value of force. So the problem statement is to calculate and print the value of force for P. So the value of force will be depending on the input time, T. The value force will be equal to 20 if the input time is less than or equal than 3 seconds. Otherwise, the value of force will be calculated based on the formula P equal to 4 in bracket T plus 2. All right. So as usual, you need to do the step 1. Identify the input, process, and the output.
Doktor, mute.
Sir lupa unmute.
Saya buka mic saya.
Ya Allah. Okay. Bila saya mute tadi? Okay, I repeat again. Oh, sorry, saya mute. Okay, example 2. Example 2, value of force. Okay, the problem statement is calculate and print the value of force, P. The value of force will be depending on the input time, T. The value of force will be equal to 20 if the input time is less or equal than 3 seconds. Okay. Okay, this is the main important statement. The value of force will be equal to 20 if the input time is less or equal than 3 seconds. Otherwise, the value of force will be calculated based on the formula P equal to 4 in bracket T plus 2. Okay, as usual, step 1, you need to identify IPO, IPO, input, process, and output. Of course, the input will be T, and then the process. Okay, you can simplify the process by following the concept of selection syntax in C++ kan. Terus buat macam ni pun boleh can be accepted. So if in bracket time will be the input less than equal to 3 seconds, then P equal to 20. Else time greater than 3 seconds, then P equal to 4 in bracket time plus 2. And then the output the value of force. Okay, don't forget to capture the goal to calculate and print the value of force. Okay, time must be positive. Okay, as usual, this is the common sense. Okay. Step 2. Okay, get time. Usually in my pseudocode there is no step for the declaration of variable, right? But in the flowchart there is a declaration of variable. you need to do some correction. So you can add the step for declaration in pseudocode. Okay, get time. Time would be the input, variable of the input. If time less than 0, print error message. So this is the checking of the input. So if time less than 3 seconds, then print message. Okay. Some student, okay, in this pseudocode, I use print, right? Some student can use display. Error message. Apa lagi? Print, display. Apa lagi lah? The similar word for the print and display can be accepted. So so it just the instruction that we need to put it in pseudocode, so no, there is no it's not like a syntax and in C++, so we need to follow the rule. But in pseudocode, I think it is free to use the relevant keyword. Okay, right. Print message false equal to 20, else false equal to 4 in bracket time plus 2. And then print message the value of false in the end. Okay, the flow chart. Okay, time and false. So in this case, we use two variable, time and false, as a double. Okay, and then input get time from user, and then checking is it less than 0. If true, time can be negative. Okay, and then if no or false, so second selection, second if time less than 3 seconds, if true, false will be 20. If no, so there is a formula that we need to calculate the false, and then print the value of false, and then okay. Oops. Next, okay. Okay. So this is the latest version of C++. So in this case, I use return 0. Okay. So once you have declared the variable in flowchart, it is easy for you, kan? Just apply it to coding phase, time and false. And then we prompt user enter time, okay? And then we use ENDL. Do you know what is the meaning of ENDL? Can someone answer me?
Yeah, end line, sir.
And line.
Very good. End line, meaning that we will print the new line during the output, during the runtime, right? Okay.
Sir.
Yeah.
Apa beza dia dengan \n?
This one kan, \n kan. What is different? I think I will explain it later on. But because we not focus on the coding of C++. Yet. There is a slide that discuss with the ENDL and \n, right? But if you already know, it's good, for the student that never learned the C++ before, no need to worry. I will explain. I think next week. Chapter 3, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Okay, we proceed. Okay, we prompt the user enter time t, and then we input, we store the value to a variable time, time, scene, and then we do the checking. If time less than 0, time must be positive number. Okay. Else, if time less than 3, the force will be 20. Else, so we have the formula, and then see out force. So we call this variable n to display the answer. That's it. Step 3. Okay, and then once you have complete, as usual, you need to do step 4, testing. So please don't skip this very important phase. Actually, when you learning the subject software engineering, so there is a lot of testing actually. There are black box testing, white box testing, gray box testing. There are alpha testing, beta testing, delta testing. There are unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and user acceptance test. And there is a lot of testing actually. So in this case, we just focus on the what we call as a black box testing, pengujian kotak hitam. So you don't need to know the definition. If you want to know, you can ask Professor Google to answer your question. So I just give you the name of this kind of testing, black box testing. Okay. In this case, let's say we input -2, and then what happen when you press enter? This message will be displayed. The time must be positive number. And then let's say you need to run again. Let's say the input is 3, so the output will be 20. Let's say the input is 4. The value is 24. So like I said previously, you need to calculate manually first. Then you can compare the input and output of your code during the runtime. If it is similar, meaning that your code is validated. It's correct lah. Betul lah tu. Your program is correct. That's it. Step 4, and then next example. So again, so the process is similar, but in this case we have a different case study lah. Calculate and display the output of body mass index BMI, where weight in kg. So make sure you need to look at on the unit. So in this case, the weight in kg and height in meter, not in cm. Not in cm, in meter. Okay, print BMI and display the indicator of overweight of BMI is more than 30. Then normal. So yeah, you will be given this kind of formula. Weight in kg divided by height in meters. Meter square, meaning that height multiplied with height. Okay. Again, step 1, so the input would be weight and height, then process the formula. Okay, and then display either overweight or normal. So again, the common sense, weight and height must be a positive number. Okay, the goal, the value, okay, to indicate either overweight or normal. Right. Pseudocode. Okay. Okay, so we check the value. is it negative? So print the message, re-enter the valid weight and height. Okay, you can combine it if you know the concept by using the relational operator, or you can separate it like this. One can be accepted. And then the formula, and then according to the value of BMI, you need to do the checking. If BMI greater than 30, overweight, less than normal. Oops. Okay, declaration of variable weight, height, and BMI as double. So the input will be weight, and then we do the checking. If yes, would be negative. Sorry, if yes, the error message will be displayed, and weight cannot be negative. And so input number 2, height. Again, we check the value. If no, and then this is the formula, and then we print the BMI. Once we have the value of BMI, we need to do the checking again if it is greater than 30, either overweight or normal. Okay, this is the new version of code. See, if you know the relational operator, so in this case we use or lang yan, or we can use or, apa lagi, and or and what else, guys, instead of or and n? Can someone answer me? Oh, senyap weh. All right, okay, never mind. Okay, we have 3 variables, weight, height, and BMI. Okay, and then we prompt the user, please enter weight and height. Okay, let's see in weight and height, and then we do the checking. Oh, typo, HT kat, so is it correct? Salah je. Betul lah. Okay, weight and height cannot be negative. Okay, and then else we can perform the calculation, and then your BMI is okay. The value of BMI here, and then we do the checking. If greater than 30, overweight, less than 30, normal. Okay, similar. You need to do the testing. Okay, the input. Okay, we have 2 input here, the weight and then the height. The height should be in meter, so don't input the wrong value. Some student input 175. So cm, right? So this is of course the wrong input, because the unit should be in meter, right? So you need to convert cm to meter, so it will be 1.75. And then your BMI is 21, so normal. And then okay, second input, second run. So the input 100, weight, and then the height will be 1.0. Your BMI is 100 or weight. Okay. So again, to validate the calculation, you can calculate manually first. Then you can compare with the formula or your runtime output. So if it is correct, so meaning that your calculation in or your code is correct. All right, next again different case study, Newton's. Scientists measure an object mass in kilogram and its weight in Newton. Mass, weight. Okay. Mass is a resistance of an object to change in its motion, while weight is the gravitational force of attraction between the object and the Earth. If you know the amount of mass that an object has, you can calculate its weight in newtons with the following formula. So you are given the formula like this. Write a program that asks user to enter the object mass and then calculate and display its weight. If the object weighs more than 1000 Newton, display a message indicating that it is too heavy. If the object weighs less than 10 Newton, display a message indicating that the object is too light. Okay, less than 10 Newton and then more than 1000 Newton. Too heavy. So this one too heavy. And then display indicating the object is too light. Too light. Okay. Again, step one. So the input mass, the process. So we have formula, and then we need to do the selection. If greater than 1000, too heavy, less than 10, too light. Weight of object and the whether the object is too heavy, is too light. Okay. So the goal to calculate and print the weight, Newton. Okay, the pseudo code, right? So the input, and then we do the checking of the input and the formula, and then we do the checking of the output, the weight, either less than 10 or greater than 10,000. 10,000 or 1,000, 1,000 yan, sorry, typo, 1,000. Okay, and the flowchart. Okay, the declaration, and then the input. Okay, again, we do the checking, if less than 0, so we will display this kind of message. And then the formula of weight or Newton, and if less than 10, too light. If greater than 1000, too heavy. Okay, so this is the code. Okay, variable weight, mass, and acceleration value. So in this case, we give the value to this particular variable. So this is what we call as an initialization declaration. Okay. So whereby weight and mass there is no initialization in this case. So we use do while loop. Please enter mass of the object, and then in mass, and we do the checking. If mass less than 0, mass must be positive. Okay. Okay. Once the looping is false, okay, exit the loop, and then we have the formula: weight equal to mass multiply with acceleration value. Okay, and then we check again the value of weight Is it less than 10 or greater than? Oh, this one also 10,000, 1,000 again, So again, there is a typo. Please do the correction, And then we do the checking, the testing, If -1, so must be a positive number. If 1, if 1,000 actually, not 10,000, It's too heavy, Okay. Similar to this one, price sold pun sama juga, step 1, step 2, step again step 2, wow, flowchart. Step 3, okay, the program. Okay, and then you need to do the testing. Okay, just enter the piece price. If -1, so this message will be displayed. If 10,000, 50,000, 50,001, Okay, so again, you need to look at on this. So there is a difference between 50,000 and greater than 50,000. So if 50,001, this formula will be executed, right? This one, 50,001. All right, that's it. So far, so good, guys. If good, give me like reaction. Ada yang tak sabar lagi nak buat coding? Belum lagi, We are still in the topic of flowchart and pseudocode, Sabar, belum lagi coding, Tak sabar, Nak buat coding terus, You need to master the flowchart and pseudocode first, During the lab session, the question also related with the pseudocode and flowchart, and belum lagi coding, Syat ni nak buat coding ni. Okay, try to answer this exercise. Create pseudocode and flowchart that inputs two integers, n1 and n2, then calculate and print the value of n1 squared and n2 power of 3. And then question number 2, create pseudocode and flowchart to compute and print the net pay of employee. Given the period and number of hours worked as the input, assume that 9% reduction amount of the gross pay. Dah ada jawapan dah, Start input n1 and 2. It is good if you can put the step of declaration of variable n1 and n2, as might be the integer or double. And then the formula of salah je ni, n1 square. So n1 lah, n1 multiply with n1 kan, right? And then new n2, so n2 multiply n2, power of 3 kan, but if you know the apa, but that's it for that, for the apa, during the function topic lah kan, you can use the math function, the built-in function kan, siapa yang tahu boleh guna lah. But those who don't know, you can do it like this, then 1 multiply n1, So there is a code kan, built-in code for square root kan square root and power of 2 kan you need to use the instruction POW kan power very good Amirul Asri. Okay. And then print new N1, new N2 stop. Senang je kan And then number 2, we have two variable pay rate and hours work. And then we have formula gross pay equal to pay rate multiply hours work. And then we have net pay. Net pay, gross pay multiply 0.91. Why? We need to, because this one kan 9% deduction amount of gross pay. So 9 over 100 would be 0.09. Okay. Ataupun some student can use like this gross pay multiply 100 deduct with the 0.09 pun boleh juga lah kan kalau yang dah faham tu dia terus multiply with 0.91 okay betul lah and then print net pay stop. Okay, so far so good guys. Ada yang tak sabar nak buat programming sabar tapi itulah for those from matrix and asasi you all cannot apply for the credit exemption kan pengecualian kredit kan tak boleh tapi for those from diploma you can apply the exemption credit itulah kenapa lah daripada asasi matrix tak boleh mohon tak boleh mohon pengecualian kredit. So ada student yang minggu pertama first week and second week dia masuk kelas tapi minggu ketiga dah tak ada dah sebab dia dapat pengecualian kredit lah. But for those from diploma only yang diiktiraf lah. But from matric and asasi tak dapat. SPM, STPM pun tak dapat yelah you all matric and asasi setahun je kan diploma 3 tahun so mungkin dia still got the judgment based on the years of study but no need to worry if you have the basic and the programming is good for you lah, meaning that you can score A kan for the subject kan tu sebenarnya lah it is very important for you to score the highest of CGPA as you can during part 1 or semester 1 it is very important if you can achieve 4 flat 4.0 it will save you during your journey of a bachelor degree of computer science ni lah kena score part 1 semester 1 kena score because the next semester the next part and then the next semester the next part the subject would be more tough and tougher lah tu sebenarnya lah but if you already score during semester 1 and part 1 it will be safe for you lah to maintain your CGPA kan right hopefully majority of you will score 3 pointer above lah but if you can score 3.5 above it is too good for you it's very good too good for you lah hopefully you can I don't know it's up to your performance lah right but you can maintain 3.5 every semester At the end, during convocation, you will given the award of Anugerah Knight Chancellor, ANC. Right? So you will be the first student that will receive the kan nanti masa beratur tu, you are the one, you are the first one that will receive the scroll from the chancellor kan, chancellor of UiTM. So it will be what we call as proud of your family lah, when your family look at you kan, during apa on the stage nanti kan. Okay, hopefully all of you, if you start with a good or very good CPA, again, inshallah every semester you will maintain to be a good GPA as well. Right? So don't be distracted with the social media lah, apapun dan sebagainya yang mengganggu your study. Please, please avoid. Some student waktu-waktu macam ni lah dia akan fall in love with your girlfriend and boyfriend waktu ni lah. Masa dia fall in love tu okay, GPA dia akan naik. Tapi masa dia putus tu, itu akan, it will negatively impact you. Kena jagalah benda tu. So I give you this advice based on my experience, monitoring my student before lah kan. Okay. Okay, so far any question you want to ask? Semua dah terror kan? Tak ada soalan lah.
Tak ada, sir.
Okay. So if there is no question, I think I would stop right now. So CDCS 2531A, see you during 2 p.m. Since this is a odd week kan, minggu ketiga ni, minggu ganjil, the lab will be implemented or conducted online lah, during using Microsoft Teams. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you. Salam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dada.
Thank you, Dr.